Hi friends, this is Anna with Scrapping, Stamping and Stuff. I'm happy to be here with you here today. Apparently I can't talk. I had a big weekend of crafting fun at my stamp camps, and it was so good to see some of you. And I have another weekend of stamp camp coming up this coming weekend. So lots of crafting going on, lots of busyness. So I feel like it's been a while since I've been here with a video, so it's good to be back. I wanted to show you today the September paper pumpkin kit. I was excited when I got back from stamp camp that my kit had arrived because I had no idea what I was going to do to make for a video today. So this was perfect. It was already there and I just got to take it out of the box and play around with it. So the September paper pumpkin kit is designed to make 20 of these really adorable treat holders for either fall or Halloween. Now here in a minute I'm going to show you the pieces up closer, but I'm going to try to show you the picture on the front of the instructions here. And one of the things I really like about this kit is that sometimes our treat holders that come usually in September, a lot of times they're Halloween themed, but I love that this year we got pieces and parts and stamps to make them Halloween themed, or we got pieces and parts and stamps to make them fall themed, because I know some people don't really get into Halloween so much. So if you are one of them, you can use the fall theme things, and they can just be for anything during fall, or they could even be for Thanksgiving. Now back here on the back, we always have some alternative ideas. So here I'll just show you these real quick, and there's some cute ideas of how to use these pieces here. So I'm going to show you how to assemble the treat holder as it was intended to be used. And then I have quite a few alternative ideas. I know some of you really like to make cards for the most part. So I have a handful of ideas for how to make cards, and I have a scrapbook page that you can make with these pieces and parts. So we will get to that after we put one of these together. So let's look at what comes with the kit. We got all of these bases. There were 20 of them, I think, and they're already pre-scored and ready to be folded up into these cute little holders. Now, this is kind of fun. If you flip it over, we have a different print on the other side, so you can choose which print you like. We got the stamps that go with the kit. So we have a Happy Halloween, Give Thanks, Hello Pumpkin, Trick or Treat, Spooks, and what does this say? Trick or Treat, Spooky and Sweet. Then we have this cute witch's hat, the pumpkin, the little jack-o'-lantern face you can use with the pumpkin, and then a little jack-o'-lantern face and some leaves and a flower. So a really nice stamp set you can use for fall or Halloween. We got twine to tie these up. We got lots and lots of die cuts. And I was amazed. I counted how many sheets were here last night, and of course by this morning I don't remember how many that is, but there are so many die cuts. I have made all sorts of things already, and you can see here how many die cuts I still have left. So this one has cats and flowers. This one had tags and flowers. There's a second one of cats, black cats and flowers, pumpkins, witch hats, big and small pumpkins, some tags, lots and lots of adorable little leaves, more tags and white flowers. These little squigglies are fun. We'll use these on the one I'm going to put together here in a minute. And then, let's see if I can get these. They're kind of stuck together. These are really fun. I like these pieces. We'll use one of these on the one we're going to put together here in a second. So there are so many die cuts that you will be able to use for other projects later on. And we also get our Cajun Craze ink spot. I was pretty excited for that ink spot in there because all of my ink is still boxed up from stamp camp, and I had no idea where my Cajun Craze ink pad was, so I was happy that that was in the box. So let's go ahead and put one of these together. So I'm going to show you first how, when these come, you have to punch out the little diamond shaped pieces from your base bases. So I'm going to show you, I just use my bone folder and I have a whole stack of these here. So you can punch out a bunch of these at one time. That will save you a little bit of time punching them out individually. And don't throw those pieces away. I'm going to show you a project here in a little bit that I made with some of those diamond pieces. So now you can decide which side you want to be facing out. So I'm going to put it, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put my adhesive on this side. The side that you want facing out is the side you want to put some adhesive on here in the center. So I will fold these first on each of those score lines. And now I'll put my adhesive on. You can put some adhesive on these outside pieces if you want to. I didn't really find that I needed to. So then you're going to fold it up and attach it right there at the corner. And it's being difficult. Once you get it in the right spot, you may need to stick your finger inside or bone folder just to get it pressed together. Get that adhered. So I already cut some twine. I used about 11 inches. And I want to tie one of these closed. And then before we tie the other one closed, we can put a little treat in there. So I am trying to hold that tight with my finger so that it doesn't pop back out. And I'm tying a full knot. That makes it a little bit easier to tie my bow. If you want to be able to remove these twine pieces without cutting them off, if you just want to be able to untie them, you may need to grab a helper to hold that in place while you just tie your bow. But I just decided to tie knots. Now you can put your treat inside. So I've got a Snickers bar. Who doesn't love Snickers? Little mini candy bars fit inside of these perfectly. You could put other treats in there, of course, as well. Now I'll tie this other one up. So this one I'm going to try to show you. You can tie these without doing the knot if you like. It's just a little trickier. You got to keep it right there close so that the box doesn't pop back out while you're doing it. So now we're ready to decorate this. So let me see. My seam is back here, so I will decorate one of these sides up here. And I have a few of these die cuts that I punched out. I have lots of die cuts laying right here, but I'll just show you a few. So what I did on most of them was use one of these pieces in the background. I really like those. And if you see the white ones on some of these, it's just the backside of one of the colors. So, you know what? I think I'll use the white. And I just rolled a little bit of adhesive right onto the box. Put this on. And now I am going to, for some of these small pieces, I found it was easier to put adhesive on the back of the tag and then just to pick them up. So I'm going to cover the back of this Give Thanks tag, which I stamped these with the stamps. Each of the tags, I could choose which greeting I wanted. And I think for this one, I want that flower there, and then I'm not sure where I want those cute little curly cues yet, so I'll figure that out in a second. But I'll get that stuck on there. And now I could either put them down there, or I could put it up here with the flower. I think I'm going to do that. And let's get something else. Let's add a little brown flower in here too. Okay, now you can either make sure there's plenty of adhesive on the back, or you can use some dimensionals if you want to use some dimensionals. Here I've got some of my minis. So these will be really fun treats to give away to kids or neighbors or friends or coworkers. I'll tell you a group that I know needs a little cheer right now. I've gathered from our school that the teachers are struggling right now, so it might be nice to put a few of these together and send to your local school if you have kids in school, maybe to the teachers, or even if not. Everybody's back to school and learning new things at this point, so there are lots of people you could share these with. So now I'll just stick that right on here, and we have a cute little Snickers bar holder. I just think these are adorable. So that's how you put these together, as the kit shows you. But I have lots of alternative ideas for you. I know, like I said, I know some of you don't get into the treat holder thing. So if that's the case, let me show you some other ways to use this. So my first two ideas are actually to use these for decorations. So these would be really fun, like bowl or basket fillers. Okay, add a few more in here, fill up the bowl, and they're really cute just to use as a decoration in your house. So that's one idea. Another idea is, and I just love this, I need to get these all attached onto my wreath. I haven't gotten them all attached yet, as you can see, because this one fell. But I thought these would make a really neat wreath. So I have this grapevine wreath, and I put 6 of these all around the edge for a cute decoration to hang on one of my doors. Now I'm going to want to keep this inside. You definitely wouldn't want this outside exposed to any weather. But this is just a really cute fall decoration. So you could do it this way. If you don't actually have a wreath to use as a base, you could just find a way to attach these together, either with string or wire, and just attach these treat holders together, and you could actually make a wreath that way. So there's another idea. Now let's look at a few more traditional ideas with cards, and I have a scrapbook page to share. Before I actually show these, I want to show you some of the ways I use these pieces in different ways from the way they're intended. Okay, so one thing I did was fold on these score lines down here. I folded back across that, and then that one in the center, folded that down and back to get something that looks like this. So I use these pieces on a couple of these projects. I'll be showing you that. Then I took some of these pieces and I cut those pieces apart at the score line so that I ended up with pieces that look like this. So I used some just like this. Some of them I trimmed off this very end piece and used this part in the center. And then one of them, I believe, I did the same folding technique that I just showed you with the entire big piece, and folded these back. And I thought these were cute little pieces to be, my original idea was to use this to put a greeting right here in the center with that popped up in the center. But my ending project turned out a little bit different than that. But that's an idea for how to use these pieces. And I'll show you here exactly how I use them. Let's look at my scrapbook page first, then we'll save the cards for next. So here you can see some of those big pieces that I folded as I showed you and used. I thought these would be cute photo mats for Halloween pictures. So that's my intention with this, is just to put a picture over this. The ruffly edges will still show, and it's just a cute print there for a photo mat. I used some of these die cuts. Like I said, there were a million of them. There still are a million of them, so you can do a lot of things with those die cuts. Now let's look at some cards. Here's one. I thought those little pieces looked like wrapped up candies. So I made this one that looks like little wrapped up candies for Halloween. Here is one that I folded the piece up as shown, just like I did on the scrapbook page. For this whole piece was a little bit too wide. So what I did, I cut it in half in the center, and then I just scooted it together so the two pieces overlap a little bit, and it fit right on the front of that card. Used some of the die cuts, made my little tag, and used some twine. And we have a cute card for fall. I think it is a classic. I think I did this last month. I just love to make wreath cards. So I used a bunch of these little leaf die cuts and made this wreath card. And here is one when I showed you how I used that, these pieces that I had cut and then folded up and under. Okay, here's how I used one of those with the little tag. I did bring in some of our Gilded Autumn designer paper on this one that did not come in the kit. And last but not least, I told you I wanted to show you an idea of how to use these little pieces that we popped out from those treat holder bases. And here is my card for that. So I just cut a rectangle of cardstock, covered the entire thing with adhesive, and I started piecing these diamonds on to make a little, kind of like a little quilt, kind of like my quilt cards I showed last week. So I covered that whole piece with with the little diamonds. I trimmed all of the edges off, all the little points and rough edges off, and then I put it on some white cardstock and onto the card base. So we have lots of ideas for how to use this kit. It will be perfect for providing a little bit of fall cheer here over the next couple of months. So hopefully you enjoyed this kit. Now, if you are not a subscriber, there is no way to go back and order past kits, which is one of the reasons that it's really fun to be a subscriber, because, you know, you see these kits and you think, oh, darn it, I love that one. I wish I could have gotten that one. But you can sign up now to receive the October kit. And here's a little preview of the October kit, Joy to the World. So the previews we get usually give us a little bit of an idea of either what's inside or what it's going to look like. And we are told that it is going to include elegant holiday cards. So you have until October 10th to sign up for that. You can go to paperpumpkin.com to sign up. I also have a personal link that you can use so you won't have to enter my information once you get there. So please let me know if you have questions or are interested in signing up. It's a fun program to get a fun little craft project in the mail each month. So thanks for joining in, and I hope to see you again next time.